In this video, I'll compare Binance and Kraken. I'll show you the trading platforms, the trading fees, and also the on and off ramps so that you can make a decision about which platform is best for you. I'll leave the links to both Binance and Kraken down in the description. The Binance link below gives you an extra bonus up to $600 if you're a new user. You have to make some deposits and trade certain amounts for that, but that's an extra on top of the usual bonuses that Binance runs. For Kraken, they don't usually run any sign up or deposit bonuses. You may be able to find that sometimes they run some special bonuses from time to time. You can click the links below to see if there's any offers at the time that you're watching this video. Firstly, I'll show you the different trading fees on both Binance and Kraken. Now, if you need tutorial guides for these platforms, I'll leave those videos down in the description box below. They will go through setting up on the platforms, getting money in, trading, withdrawing, and everything else. So if you need step-by-step guides, those videos are for you. Coming to the trading fees, neither of these platforms charge any account fees or inactivity fees whatsoever. So if you set up on the platforms, buy some crypto and leave it there for a few years, you'll get the exact same amount back when you come back to it later. Nothing will be taken out. The only fees that are charged are when you actually exchange assets on the platform, and it's done as a percentage of the trade volume that you have. For Binance, the headline fee is 0.1%. For Kraken, it's a little bit different. They charge different fees based on whether you make or take liquidity. Now, those videos explain what make or take it is, but essentially, if you use limit orders, which everyone can do, then you get charged 25 basis points. If you use market orders and take someone else's price, then you get charged 40 basis points. So limit orders are easy to use. So I think the headline rate for Kraken is 25 basis points, so a little bit higher than Binance. However, Kraken is much better for fiat currency on and off ramps, certainly in G7 nations, than Binance. So you may be looking at Kraken anyway because you can't easily on and off ramp from Binance. If you do that, especially in the US, then you actually get some cheaper fees. So as you can see down here, if you're trading FX pairs or what's known as pegged or stable pairs, this means like US dollars against a stable coin like USDT or USDC. They're known as a pegged pair or a stable pair. You get cheaper fees, 20 basis points. So Kraken is an amazing on-ramp, especially in G7 countries. US dollar, pound, euro, Canadian and Aussie dollars, yen, and Swiss francs. Really good banking support and definitely a very, very good on-ramp because 25 basis points to on-ramp fiat currency into crypto is pretty good. Most on-ramps will charge maybe 1% or more, or 50 basis points usually. 25 basis points or 20 basis points is pretty good. Now, the trading fees, once you're in Kraken, go up a little bit to 25 basis points, but it is what it is. Now, for Binance as well, if you pay your trading fees in BNB coin, which is it's kind of Binance's exchange token, they give you a 25% discount from your trading fees. That means the headline rate will go to 7.5 basis points. However, BNB coin is a crypto asset and it has a floating exchange rate, so it can go up in value or down in value over time. So that may make your discount less or even more dependent on the performance of BNB. What you can do is literally buy $10 of BNB, stick it in your account, and then the trading fees that you pay, you'll pay that in BNB and the $10 will slowly get chipped away. You can add more over time if you want. Now, if you are a whale on Binance, then if you trade more than $1 million a month, or if you have more than 500K on the platform, they start to give you a small discount on your maker fees down to 0.09%. And then if you use BNB, you get 25% off that as well. Taker doesn't move. So as an example here, at the headline rate, if you're trading 100K of volume on Binance, you pay $100. And for Kraken, that would be right here, $250. So Kraken a little bit higher. However, Kraken has great on-ramps in G7 countries. So you may not be using Binance anyway if you're in those countries. So you have to use the slightly higher fees. Now, once you've on-ramped crypto into Kraken, you can send it to any other exchange that you want. If it has trading fees, then you can trade it on the other exchange. The trading fees that I mentioned for Kraken are actually Kraken Pro trading fees, and I highly recommend using Kraken Pro. Kraken separate their platform into two apps. Kraken, which is retail friendly, and then Kraken Pro, which is a little bit more of a professional setup. It actually is pretty much like Binance as well. So I would highly recommend using Kraken Pro. The trading system is way better and the trading fees are lower. If you don't know how to use a professional trading system, look at those videos in the description. It's actually really easy once you know how. The trading fees on Kraken are 1%. Don't trade there. It's the same account, same login details. So you can just go to Kraken Pro down here, and then you start getting much cheaper trading fees for the exact same trades that you're doing. So definitely go over to Kraken Pro and not use Kraken. They're two separate apps on your phone, or if you're logging into the website, you can just toggle over to Kraken Pro. For Binance, as you can see, regular users under $1 million, 10 basis points, you get 25% off if you're using BNB coin. And they also have some other spot promotions and discounts sometimes for certain different coins that you can look at under spot promotions. But the trading fees are there. Definitely use Kraken Pro and not Kraken. You get much cheaper fees, even though Binance is, for the most part, a little bit cheaper still. Now coming to the fiat currency on and off ramps for both Binance and Kraken. How do we get money in and out? This is going to change depending on which country that you're in. But for the most part, Kraken has really good on and off ramps for G7 currencies. Pounds, euros, dollars, Canadian and Aussie dollars, yen and Swiss franc are really good. And if you're in those countries, it's going to be much easier. Binance is way more patchy. So in some countries, it's almost impossible to get cash in and out like the UK. In other countries, you may find it's a lot easier for you. So you'll just have to look in your country. You can sign up for both platforms and see what they're offering at the time. But there's basically two ways to get money into crypto, either a card payment or a bank transfer. I don't recommend card payments. You can see that the fees are around 5% or so. That's just what is charged by most exchanges. By the time that you've made a card payment and all the other fees, $100 into Binance turns into $95 of USDT. These should be one for one because a dollar and a dollar stablecoin should be one for one. So you should spend 100 and receive with some reasonable fee, maybe $99 or $99.50. This is too much for a fee, so I wouldn't recommend this for the long term. Now for Kraken, you can very easily deposit G7 currencies. So go to deposit on Kraken, and then you want to deposit cash. This is Kraken Pro, by the way. Pound sterling, euros, dollars, as you can see here. So if I want to deposit some USD, I can deposit via Swift, no problem. Now my bank's going to charge me maybe $15, $20 to send the payment, but that's not Kraken. As it goes into Kraken, no fee for deposits, as you can see. You can also deposit euros via SEPA as well. You can see that. And then pound sterling, super easy via faster payments in the UK. No fees there, right? So really good. So that's great for Kraken. For Binance, you just don't have a lot of those options, and I can't see them. Even where I live with dirhams, the process is still not great. So I definitely give this one to Kraken. Now for withdrawals, again, if you've got fiat currencies on Binance that are supported, that's anything from free to around $35 in withdrawals. It depends on your banking system. For example, in Brazil, it might be free. If you're withdrawing euros over SEPA or something, it could be maybe a small charge. If you're trying to withdraw over the Swift network, it's going to be a lot more. For Kraken, it's the same. It just depends on which network that you're using. So in the UK, I think it's free because you can use faster payments, or maybe like £1. If you're using dollars over Swift, it's going to be up to $35. If you want to check the different withdrawal options and costs in your region, I'll link the support pages of Binance and Kraken down below. So you can see here USD on Kraken, ACH, Fedwire, Swift, and some different costs associated with that. For Binance, you can go to this page and just type in your fiat currency. So for example, euros, you've got some decent options here. Turkish lira and some others are very decent. For Binance.com, USD not available. Now, if you're in the US, you should use Binance.us, which is obviously going to have US dollar on and off ramps. So that should be a bit easier. But Binance.us may have different trading fees as well. And it's a completely different platform to Binance.com. I'll show you the crypto withdrawal fees as well. So if you've got crypto on these platforms and you want to send them out anywhere else to a different exchange or to a wallet that you own or anyone else's wallet, then you'll be using a blockchain and you have to pay a blockchain fee. That gets passed through to you via the withdrawal fee here. Each blockchain fee is different. Some are more expensive, some are cheaper. But the main thing is we don't want the exchange charging us extra on top. I'm happy to say that Binance and Kraken, neither of them do this. The withdrawal fees are very competitive and nothing really to worry about. What I would say is that Binance does have better support for more chains. Kraken tends to focus on kind of the major chains and certainly the Western chains. I know that chains are worldwide, but there are certain chains that are, kind of more favored by Kraken and Coinbase, the kind of, G7 exchanges. Binance tends to support all chains, so there may be some chains that Binance supports that Kraken doesn't. However, in terms of fees, they're both in the ballpark. So if you want to withdraw over Binance, Bitcoin is $3.50. For Kraken, it's $2.30. For Ethereum, that's 84 cents on Binance, 46 cents on Kraken. This is at today's figures. These are going to change over time, dependent on blockchain fees. Blockchain fees can move dependent on demand, so they can go up or down. They're quite cheap at the moment. If you want to send a stable coin out, that again, different blockchains have different fees, but for ETH, $1.50 and 87 cents for Kraken. If you use Binance's BNB chain, you can actually send USDT for free over BNB chain. On Solana, on Kraken, it's $1. Kraken do have Ink, their layer 2, but it's not massively well used. If you send USDT over Tron, then that's $1 on Binance and $4 on Kraken. So a little bit more on Kraken there. But the fees are not too expensive and certainly not overcharged, and they're really similar to each other. Now I'll compare the trading systems between Kraken and Binance. They're very similar, and they both offer the three types of trading that most people are looking for, which is spot trading. So that's cash settled trading. Deposit $1,000, buy $1,000 of Bitcoin, hold it there, withdraw it, do whatever you want. That's where most of us trade. Margin trading is where you can actually trade with a higher value than the cash that you have on the system. So that's usually 3 to 5x margin, but up to 10x actually you can get, I think, on these platforms. So that means that if you deposit $1,000 in, they will let you trade in the market with a trade size of $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. And your $1,000 cash is simply there to pay for any potential loss in your margin trade. That's a different type of trading. I've got videos that go through that. If you want to learn about those, look down at the description on what margin trading is and how it works. And then futures trading is a derivatives product where you're just trading the price of the assets, and you can get leverage on both of these exchanges as well, 2, 5, 10x leverage trading in the futures market. Again, I've got specific videos on both of these, which I'll link down in the description if you want to learn more. Binance lists a much longer tail of crypto assets versus Kraken. Just more coins and more trading pairs on Binance versus Kraken. But Kraken have really great G7 currency pairs. So if we go up to choose the currency pairs on Kraken, go to quote here, we've got pound sterling pairs, we've got euro pairs here, Canadian dollar, Aussie dollar pairs, US dollar pairs. Very easy. Now on Binance, what you get is, I think, Turkish lira, Brazilian real pairs, and a few others. For me, I can't see them because I'm logged into my account. It won't let me see currency pairs that aren't in my region. So you'll have to check your region for that as well. But Binance has way more coins listed. So if you can't find it on Kraken, you may be able to find it on Binance. Now, in terms of the layout of these trading screens, it's all exactly the same. Everything's standard in terms of crypto trading. You've got a chart, you've got your order book, and then you can input your orders here, market orders, limit orders, many other order types. And it's exactly the same for Kraken as well. It's just a slightly different layout, but you can change it. Go to My Layouts here, create new layout. You can put the chart on the left-hand side, put the order box on the right-hand side. It doesn't matter. It's exactly the same between them. What I would say is Binance has more trading pairs. So if you want a specific coin, it may be on Binance and not on Kraken. And Binance has very good trading volume. It's the highest volume exchange in the world. So spreads are going to be tight, especially with all the pairs that you can trade. But to be honest, for most people, there's no real difference here in the trading systems. Everything that you want to do, you can get done. And importantly, the different types of trading are supported on both Binance and Kraken. Both Binance and Kraken do have earn platforms where you can earn some yield on coins that you have in your account. Binance has a wider selection of coins in their earn platform. For Kraken, you can stake most of the major proof of stake assets, and the native yield will just be passed back to you in your account. You can also choose flexible staking, where you don't have to wait any bonding period to unstake the asset, but they pay you slightly lower yield for that. For Bitcoin, they do allow some yield as well. However, this isn't staking because you can't stake Bitcoin. This will be wrapped Bitcoin in some DeFi protocol, and you're getting some yield out of it. So up to you if you want to do that. Kraken also have a native stablecoin called USDG. If you own that in your account, you get paid a yield from that coin. That's a US dollar stablecoin issued by Paxos, who are a big issuer, and they invest in treasury bills. Some of the yield from the treasury bills will be passed back to you. Right now, I think it's 2% if you just have it in your account. So that's pretty good, but you need to get USDG and then use that. Now, for Binance, they offer yield on many more assets: USDC, USDT, FDUSD, Euro stablecoin here getting some yield. So there's more selection here. Binance also have ETH staking. And once you stake ETH on Binance, they'll switch it into this coin, which is wrapped beacon ETH. This is Binance's staked ETH. Now, you can use this as collateral in your trading positions. So you can instead of using ETH, you can use wrapped beacon ETH. You get some yield from it, and that's earning yield whilst it's used as collateral in your positions. Something you can do as well on Binance is take loans against your assets, which Kraken doesn't have. So if we go to the Earn platform and then go to loans, you can use various crypto assets and the value of those to take loans against them. Now, again, this might not be available where you live or in your region, but if it is, then you can use Bitcoin, you can use ETH, BNB coin, and a few others, and you can use the value of that to take a US dollar loan. That will be a stablecoin loan like USDT or USDC, but it's pretty easy. I've got some videos on that I'll link below, and if it's available for you, then you can do that. That's not available in Kraken right now, but a good option on Binance if you can use it in your account. The links to sign up for both Binance and Kraken will be listed in the description box below, and all of the other helpful videos will be down there as well. I'm James, it's MoneyDG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.